Today I'm here at MACH 2024 with David Waghorn on the Hurco Europe stand. David, why have you took the decision to exhibit here at MACH? And also, what are you showcasing?
Well, I mean, obviously we see ourselves as one of the main players in the machine tool market. We've had several years of very successful MACHs, and we like to showcase really as much as we can.
Now, you have quite a prominent stand right by the entrance. It's a humongous stand with so many machines, which we're going to go through some of them. But before, you're actually showing a lot of automation today, and you've said it's been quite eye-catching for people.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've shown automation. We've got an EROWA system and we've got our own product, the ProCobot. What's been interesting is how many demonstrations we've done on the ProCobot. We've got a lot of customers doing, small batches, 50, 100, things like that. ProCobot is absolutely perfect for that, and it's so easy to program. And I think that's really what we're trying to get across. People are a bit nervous about a different style of programming, and it's really the hands-on experience that's what they need. And I think what surprised them is, a demonstration only takes 5 minutes, and it really is dead easy to set up and get running.
Have you seen a difference in the industry at this MACH with how many people are looking into automation than before?
Yeah, I mean, as you know, we've all got aging workforces, and it's hard to get really good skilled labour. Automation, I think, is the way forward. I think it's becoming more accessible, easier to program, easier to use. And I think a lot of our customers know they need it. They're just getting ready to make the step, really.
Now, obviously, we've talked about your cobot, and we're just going to take a few steps back so we can show the rest of your stand. Now,
okay.
Why have you took the decision to show mills and lathes at MACH?
Well, I think over the years, Herco's range has expanded quite substantially. We're very well known for 3-axis machining centres. We have a very good range now of 5-axis. We've got, I think, 4 different 5-axis configurations here now, and the turning centre range keeps growing and growing. And when people buy a Herco, they buy it because of the ease of programming of the control, the accessibility, the ability to get one-off small volumes done as quickly as possible and as easily as possible. And it's really only by using the lathe control, seeing it in action, watching the machines cutting, that they realise what our offering is.
Now, I'm glad you brought up the controls, because as well as having the machines demoing, you also have quite a range of just controls sat on the stand for customers to use, play with. Do customers enjoy being able to get hands-on and actually find out what it's like to program and not have that worry of crashing a machine?
Yeah, I mean, our strength is our control. It's really, and I think it's only when you operate it hands-on you realise just how easy it is, how it helps you avoid making mistakes. There's less data input. The programs are more concise. You just tap on a drawing and you go straight to that location in the program. And the twin screens, I think a lot of people now, it's funny, when we first brought it out, it was unique to the CNC control. But nowadays, most people who are working in the office have 2 screens because they can do one thing one side, make a comparison the other side. So it makes perfect sense to program one side and see the graphics appear, the tool path, the final finished part you can see in clear rendered graphics. I think everyone understands the benefits of that, and that's a real plus for our control.
And there's the other thing that's great about your control, and a lot of people at home may know, I ran one for a few years, but it's the 3D model import, the 3D mold, the swept surface, being able to do them 3D programs straight from the machine and not need a CAD/CAM system.
No, that's a big advantage. So solid model import is still quite a new feature on the Herco control. And every few months we keep enhancing it. We've added a surface machining module just recently. And it's great to see once you've got solid model import, you get the following upgrades afterwards. And we're seeing, I mean, for 5-axis machine, 5-sided work, it automatically puts all the rotate planes in for you. So you just basically bring in the step file and then click on the surfaces, all the contours you need to cut, and it'll automatically enter the depths. All you have to do is give it a tool and tell it how fast you want to cut it.
And let's be honest, in this day and age in the industry we've got now with the skill gap, and like you said earlier, people can't get them skilled engineers. Being able to have something that's so simple and quick, you can get the apprentices on it up and running in hours instead of weeks.
To the 2-day training course, they can get to quite an advanced level. It's the conversation. We have a very set, very nice programming manual, and we step everyone through it. And once you've got it, once you board a Herco machine, you've got application support for lifetime, so you can call anytime, and the support's there. We got I think 8 very knowledgeable applications guys, always available. Hotline's always there, but we find customers get up to speed and actually don't need us that much.
And isn't that the best thing, that the customer doesn't need you in the end?
No, it's great. I mean, it's our USP. It's what makes us special, and we keep. It's just the great thing about something like MACH is everyone comes here. We can show them what they do, and you know, I don't want to keep going on about the control because the machines are good. You'll see some real nice steel cutting demos. We're not cutting bits of wax or plastic or whatever. We're cutting tool steels. We're cutting aluminiums. We're cutting whatever you need. That's what the machines are made for.
Now, just before we finish, I do want to have a quick chat about the EROWA system. So we're going to just walk through, but I just want to reiterate on what you said there. And why did you take the decision to cut your tool steels? Because obviously that's quite a hard steel, where you'll see quite a lot of demos on just plastics and non-abrasive materials. Is that to show the strength and the capability of the machine while we're here?
Yes, even our most basic, lowest price entry-level machine is a proper, solid, high-performing machining centre. Good levels of torque, very well built, cast structures, and it's really only by seeing the machines cut that you can realise that. So something like the VM10, you know, there are cheaper machines on the market, but there aren't any machines that do everything that does, and obviously your experience would tell you that's the case.
I pushed it a little bit maybe, but we'll not talk about that right now.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people know you for the ProCobot, but you actually have the EROWA system as well.
Yes.
So what does the EROWA system bring to a customer?
Yeah, it's a bit like, I mean, similar to what we do with 5-axis. We have 4 5-axis solutions. They all work in the right application. So what the EROWA does is you move the work holding with the part, which means we could have 48 different parts in here and just line them up and program them one after another. Where the ProCobot is good is if you're doing small batches, so 25, 50, 100, but they tend to be simple parts and you move the part each time. Because you're moving the work holding, whatever you can hold it on the pallet, you can machine.
Also, that must give customers who don't have production runs the flexibility to actually now run lights out. Because like you said, if you don't need 500, 1,000 parts, you could have 5 of each, but because you can program multiple different parts, you can still leave it running.
Yes, and that's it. And actually, you know, if you don't think of it as 24/7 production, you just you think of it as finishing your next job. So you might have 10 to do, switch the machine on, it runs whilst you're all at home, come in the morning and you've just got to take the parts off the machine. Where the EROWAs have worked very well is more complicated parts, long, you know, something that has an hour cycle. We do an EROWA on the 30U, but we do one on the 42 SRT, which holds quite big pallets, and it might only have 12 stations, but they might be an hour cycle. So long as you're feeding the next pallet, it keeps the spindle going.
So essentially, just to wrap up, you have got a solution for whether you're a production company or you're a job shop company. You have a machine, mill or lathe, and a automation system solution for everybody.
Yes, and we can go from the very early entry level, so a first time CNC user, we can get up and running in 2 days. But that same control will go with them to high-end automation, 5-axis programming, rotary, a lot of complicated conversational stuff, and we have all the NC ability as well if you like to do the most complex offline work as well. We've got everything. You should know that. We've even got our own beer.
Who doesn't love a good beer as well?
Yeah, we have a few. We had a specially brewed beer, especially for the show. Win Maxburg, probably the best control in the world. We'll leave it at that.